Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is the Great American Bash, being brought to you from one of the pinnacles of America itself in Dallas, more specifically Texas. To show how patriotic and shit this thing is, this is being pre-tape recorded or whatever on July 4th. Happy day you beat this country I don't live in and never have visited in my life. You certainly did do a beating. But with that being said, we move on and we focus on the card here tonight. And my oh my, what a card this is for the last SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view and the last brand exclusive pay-per-view for some time. One of the first matches we're going to be seeing here tonight, a return match from Judgment Day and a grudge match in its own right. CM Punk against Kenny Omega. These two men destined, old against new, destined to outdo one another and prove that they belong to be in that spotlight, and they deserve perhaps a position in the in the Money in the Bank ladder match that is coming in just 3 weeks from now already. Along with that being said, there are of course championship matches to worry about, such as this one. Bayley and Winter for the Women's Championship. These two women have got oh so personal over the last 2 to 3 weeks, and now they get settled to end it here tonight. Bayley ready to rid the women's division of Winter and get rid of what she has caused around here, whereas Winter is looking to prove she's just as dominant as ever and stay on top. Then we move on, we've got the WWE Tag Team Championship to worry about. The Dangerous Alliance looking to win back those titles from the Revival. The Dangerous Alliance wrote out the Revival a little over a week ago. They are here tonight, but they are not 100%. Can the Revival get through the Dangerous Alliance, or will the Dangerous Alliance truly say, fuck the Revival? Moving on then, our next contest, WWE Championship. Sami Zayn looks to stop the historic reign of Bobby Fish, and the ever controversial Bobby Fish has made sure that he's put his own implications in place so that he can't main event a pay-per-view where he could be on his way to create history. Good job, Bobby Fish. We'll get to talk about that match later on because the SmackDown committee are telling me I'm not allowed to talk about it. But we move on to our main event of the evening, Intercontinental Championship. What better way to celebrate America than a title that talks about all the continents? Shinsuke Nakamura versus Brock Lesnar. These two men have got personal, these two men have hatred for one another, and these two men are destined to come to blows for that Intercontinental Championship. It is a match I cannot wait for. It is a match I am ecstatic to see, and it deserves every right to main event this pay-per-view. So that being said, let's get things underway with tag team action in this Future Shock against the Young Bucks. Alright, so of course we talk about the tag team matchup coming up later on tonight, but as for right now, this matchup focuses on two teams that want to get themselves right up to that upper echelon. Two teams that want to focus on becoming those next WWE Tag Team Champions, and right now we see one half of one of the teams anyway. Ricochet, the runner-up of the Cruiserweight Classic, and of course member of Future Shock. Kevin Owens' faction that he has brought into the equation, and stating that these men are the future of the SmackDown roster. So far, Owens' leadership has had a little bit of hasn't exactly gone down the way they really intended it, or he intended it to go down. But you know what? You do have a shaky path sometimes when you're exploring new territory, and I think that as time will go on, Future Shock can become a certain, an absolute success. It is responsible, the leader of it is Kevin Owens. He's a four-time WWE champion, a former Mr. Money in the Bank, a former Intercontinental champion. Owens has done so much in this universe that he can certainly guide these two to certain success that otherwise may not have been able to be achieved. Here is Kota Ibushi anyway, getting ready for this matchup. I don't remember, I'm not 100% sure of when the last time Future Shock were in a tag team. I think they took on the Revival in a losing effort the last time they were involved in a tag team matchup, so that may not give them the best of confidence, but it has been also a long time since we saw the Young Bucks in tag team action. We did see Nick Jackson in action on the penultimate SmackDown to this pay-per-view. He was teaming up with Kenny Omega and suffered a loss, but since the Young Bucks have teamed together, both teams have agreed to have no one at ringside, so there'll be no Kenny Omega at ringside, there'll be no Kevin Owens at ringside, of course. And that's, of course, also to do with the match that we have upcoming after this between Omega and Punk, but that is beside the point right now. This is, of course, a matchup with, it's got no build to it. That being said, it was announced you know, the SmackDown committee told me to announce it just on the SmackDown before this pay-per-view. And sometimes that is the case, I guess. But yeah, I'm excited to see who can, you know, get what from this matchup. Who can become the, who can get the win. Who can go up in the rankings, really. That's all that really matters in this aspect. And you can see still their affiliation the Young Bucks have, and not really the fan, I guess, the inner fan of them, of the Bullet Club, but certainly in the space of Nick Jackson right now, buying that Bullet Club merchandise and buying some stickers to put on his attire. Matt Jackson just kind of going about in his own way right now. The Young Bucks not exactly unified in their colours, but it's not like Future Shock are either. You need to tell them apart. Matt Jackson has sideburns, Nick Jackson does not. Well, okay, Matt Jackson has mutton chops, Nick Jackson does not. So that being said, it's going to be Ricochet going to start things off here against Matt Jackson. And if you want to really tell them apart, one's wearing Zebra, the other one's wearing Bullet Club. So here we go, this matchup getting underway. What else do we, you know, we talked about nearly every single matchup on the card in those promo packages. The only one we didn't talk about is coming up later on tonight in a singles matchup, an attempt to build momentum, and perhaps, for all we know, be an opportunity to go for the Money in the Bank ladder match that is coming up, of course, 3 weeks from now. It will be Jay Lethal, whose previous matchup on SmackDown, this past SmackDown against CM Punk, was thrown out the window as a result of interference on the part of Kenny Omega. So that being said, oh god, nice monkey flip there by Ricochet. Quick to explode right now though, off the top rope and crossbody. Back to my point that I was about to make. Yeah, it's going to be Jay Lethal and Rusev going one-on-one. Rusev, who been trying to find his way to fit in really on this brand, and could be here tonight, and what better way than to get a little bit of attention to you. And what better way to get a little bit of eyes on you as well when it comes to defeating Jay Lethal as a foreigner on a pay-per-view named the Great American Bash. You are begging for some problems there, and I think Rusev will soak that in and truly enjoy it, knowing Rusev. Good counter there by Kota Ibushi, trying not to get in the corner of the Young Bucks, especially with their well-versed tag team offense that we've seen them bring out on numerous occasions in the past. Here we go, super kick! And a bit of a mockery of DX. Matt Jackson with the pedigree. There we go. Now Nick Jackson involved in this matchup. What can he bring to the table here? Package pile driver? Alright, why not? Go right for a shot really at Kevin Owens with the package pile driver to one of his pupils, students, whatever they are. Learners. Ibushi though didn't take that one too kindly and is fighting right back there. Simple slam. Almost like the world's strongest slam, from of course a man we'll be seeing later on tonight. Top rope moonsault. Did take out Nick Jackson. He rolled into it. That was not the smartest decision he could have used. But another tag being made into Ricochet here. You're not really seeing much in the way of tag team tandem offense by Future Shock. They're just making tags, and it's not really helping the whole unity aspect out. You know, neither is the entering separately part of the whole thing as well. Okay, Nick Jackson now. Oh, Steiner-esque elbow. That man's a Grand Slam champion in this universe. And also released. But, you know, the more you know. Nick Jackson. Nice forearm shot. Puts Ricochet up against the ropes. What will Nick Jackson look to do here? Ducks under. Good job there. But, oh, took too long. And Ricochet was able to counter, and a good Hurricanrana follows suit as well. The athleticism that all four of these men present, helping them to have a strong start here and get the Great American Bash off to a flying start as well. Missed mid-rope Phoenix Splash by Ricochet, and that can give the Young Bucks an opportunity to capitalize. Or not, as it seems. Good counter by Ricochet. Great landing by Nick Jackson on his feet, while Ricochet is on his arse. Tag Major, what are we going to see now? Brings him in. Are they about to just go full blown and just do more bang for your buck? Yes. Yes, they are. More bang for your buck. Oh, okay. I thought there was another part to it. I missed it. Well, there we go. There's more bang for your buck already. That's their tag team finisher, but they've just blown it away as a Normal as shit. Move out, Bayley by Ricochet. Nicely done. Can Ricochet capitalize now? Trying to take away the leg, trying to take away the super kick. Away from Matt Jackson. Ricochet thinking tactically there, but he needed to do more work on the legs, and that is exactly what Nick Jackson stopped. Super kick in the gut. And a step up in Zaguri that follows suit as well. Nice stuff there by Matt Jackson even. Oh, super kick. You got to say it like that every time the Young Bucks do a super kick, sadly. In the corner now, will we see the actual more bang for your buck? Maybe. No, okay, we're not going to see it. Ricochet swipes the leg around and goes for a single leg Boston Crab here on Matt Jackson. Trying to wear out that leg further. That's a strong way to make sure more bang for your buck is not going to be hit. But Matt Jackson does a very good job there of countering it. And I like the way the Young Bucks are working here, keeping Ricochet in their corner, making sure he can't get Dakota Ibushi. Knee in the face there by Ricochet, but misses that follow-up step up in Zaguri. He ends up in the ropes. Uh-oh, this isn't looking good. Matt Jackson now with Ricochet in position. DDT on the apron. We saw that kind of effect. What kind of effect that can have on Nia Jax in on SmackDown. She was basically knocked out by it, and Matt Jackson may be out, but he can do the same thing here. Cover on Ricochet. Nick Jackson in to provide assistance, and oh, they got him 2 times in a row. It works. That apron certainly just providing a hard level of impact, it seems, for whoever gets struck by it. And the Young Bucks using whatever they could there to get the win, and they wrestled like a solid tag team, a sound tag team tandem offense there. Brought them that victory. First victory in a long time for the Young Bucks, but now with this offense behind them, they can use it to their advantage and perhaps try and go after whoever walks out of the tag with the tag team titles later on tonight. However, there is a team who is vested interest in that by the name, of course, of the Ascension. We've seen 2/3 of the little faction, and otherwise known as going by the code name of the Elite right now. There is still one part of it left, and that man is Kenny Omega. He'll be going one-on-one with CM Punk next. Well, this is truly what has become a personal feud for quite some time now. You want to talk about 2 people who just don't like each other. You want to talk about people who just do not want any part of one another and want to see the back of one another walking out the door or whatever. This is it between CM Punk and Kenny Omega. When CM Punk tried to become #1 contender for the WWE Championship all the way back in April, maybe? I think it was something like that. He was defeated by Shinsuke Nakamura, and following the defeat, Kenny Omega, for whatever reason, jumped him and then started to attack Punk following the match, and he put Punk out, basically. Punk came back, and a match was agreed to between the two at the Judgment Day pay-per-view, which ended under very controversial circumstances. Seemed as if Kenny Omega's arm was underneath the rope, but the referee did not recognize that and counted 3. From that, Omega has demanded the rematch with Punk. Has done everything he can, and over the last month now, since Judgment Day, really, these 2 men have gone back and forth, trading blows with one another, trying to get into the mindset of one another, and it's really just been going on and on and on. And tonight it finally comes to an end between these 2. The SmackDown committee have made sure of that. This is where the buck stops right here. It stops here tonight at the Great American Bash. Omega and Punk. Who will get the win in this one? We are about to find out. The 2017 King of the Ring squares off against the 3-time World Heavyweight Champion. Let's see what will happen in this one. I am vested in this one. I am deeply interested in this one. I think both these men are incredible talents in their own right, and I just don't know who to side with for this one. It is too close, really. It is too close to call. Both these men have ways of getting the win over the other, but it is just one of those cases where I just cannot name a winner. Punk could win it just as easily as Omega could win it. Will it be the go to sleep or the one-winged angel? What will be the the cause that ends this matchup. Either way, we are in for an incredible match right here, right now. We don't even have to wait this long to get into the really big grudge match of this pay-per-view. Collar and elbow tie-up between the two, which is almost a little bit surprising, considering their storied past over the last 2 and a bit months or thereabouts. Punk perhaps just trying to prove that, you know, despite him being in the past, he can still outdo Omega within the wrestling ring. But of course, it has become less about it has not become fully about the wrestling for Omega, but rather the ego as well that he has within him. And he has looked to bestow that upon Punk on numerous occasions, and the confidence that he has gained since winning the King of the Ring back in February. As we saw on this past SmackDown, he threw CM Punk's match out of the window. Kenny Omega defeated John Cena. Then during the match between Omega and Punk and Jay Lethal, he came out, stood in the corner, took a seat by the barricade and by where the commentary booth is usually set up. And then as the match progressed, he jumped in and just went right after Punk. Punk is fine though from it. It was only a clothesline, so you know it's not too much to worry about. He's at 100% and he's ready now to do battle with Kenny Omega here. And I think the key point to remember of this feud is what Omega said not long after Judgment Day. He is looking to take away the spotlight from CM Punk that he never deserved. So truly, there is no manner of respect between the pair. There is no charm or anything like that. This is just pure hatred and kind of, you know, like I said, the old and the new squaring off to find out which one's better. And right now, despite even though he got off to a pretty strong start, Omega is being bested by Punk in the long run, but Omega does good to shut that down. Nice backbreaker. But the thing is with these two men, they can counter each other in an instant. And that is what's going to make it so difficult to try and gain any kind of momentum in this matchup. You saw there Punk trying to back up a little bit, catch his breath, and well, now he's definitely catching his breath. Punk rolls out of the ring there. And into the barricade went Omega, but Omega sends Punk back into the ring here. Very much so a back and forth confrontation right now between these two men. Absolutely no room for error. As Omega looks for a moonsault there, and Punk saw that one incoming. Great dodge there by Punk. But Omega once more pulling out the reversal, as is Punk. This is, I mean, you know, these two men do not like each other, but what we are seeing right now is truly outstanding chain wrestling going on here between two truly outstanding wrestlers. Punk showing that despite being away from this universe for almost 2 years, despite his thanks ref, despite his age gap to Omega, he can still go with Omega. He can still hang with him. You know, he can still match him toe for toe. That was a great counter there to whatever that attempted maybe Tiger Bomb was by CM Punk, and now he's in trouble. There's the fireball punch, the Hadouken, whatever Omega calls it, and now he can really look for a finishing move already and try and put Punk to rest. Will he go for the one-winged angel? He will look for it, but Punk denies it. Very, very strong job there. Resiliency shown by Punk to catch his breath in that moment. And there's the Bulldog DDT combination. Now what is Punk going to look for? Well, stuff by Omega, whatever it is. Uh-oh. Backbreaker there once more. Omega going to work on the back. Trying to make sure that whenever he can drill in that one-winged angel, it will be the end. And I think that is one of the first covers, maybe even the first cover of this entire matchup. Good counter there by Punk. Good counter back by Omega. Like I said, no advantage being gained by the other in this one. Punk gonna take Omega into the corner here and went for a simple kick but took too long. Omega's reading of the game just too strong, really. And Punk needs to be quicker, and Punk should be aware that he needs to be quicker in these moments because he's going to leave himself susceptible to moves such as this. Superplex incoming now by Kenny Omega, and he nails it. Solid superplex as well, and Omega going to immediately capitalize here. Up to the top rope he goes. Omega gonna He's calling Punk up to his feet. This could backfire potentially, and it doesn't. Nice drop kick. Look at how confident Omega's getting now. He's in the zone. He's in the cocky mindset that won him the King of the Ring. But boy, did it work. And he's in position now, looking to drill into the head of CM Punk once more. Knee trembler, and he nailed it. Punk with almost no response to that one. And he may be in trouble. Oh, nope, never mind, he's not in trouble. There's a kick out at 1. Omega seems deeply frustrated by it as well. He's been practically all over Punk in these last few minutes. And once more, Punk stuffs the attempted one-winged angel. Chop to Omega. Now he's in trouble. Punk. Uh-oh. This is not going to be positive. This is not going to help either man, really. Punk in position. Suicide dive. And Omega may have struck into the barricade there. His head may have collided into it. But Punk sticks the landing. Can now return to the ring in control. That is exactly what he wants in this moment. But he's not done. Staying on the outside a little bit longer, it seems. What is going to happen here? They got until the count of 10 at least. So, you know, hopefully these two men will return back to the ring, because we need a decider in this one. We need a definitive winner. At least that's what the SmackDown committee have said. Omega now to lift him up, to get countered though by Punk. Twisting neck breaker. Punk now gonna go up high. This one could backfire. Punk. Oh, he missed the moonsault, but it looks like some bigger protective padding is in position for this pay-per-view than we've seen on others, especially on an ECW pay-per-view. Explains why Punk is so easily up to his feet, but it's Omega who sends him back into the ring. Very interesting there. Omega, oh, just, there's the total disrespect. A slap and a rock bottom by Kenny Omega. Literally a slap in the face to CM Punk. Nice moonsault there. Took a little while to go into the cover. That may give Punk room to recover here, and it does. It was a late 2, but it certainly was a 2 count. And elbow drop there onto Punk's head. Is he gonna? Yeah, I think he's gonna look for the knee trembler again. He's in position, ready to pull the trigger. Punk may be in trouble, and Punk is struck with it for a second time. Punk now though, great counter. Punk able to counter out of that. But look at the reversal there by Omega. Absolutely outstanding job there to kick out of that one. What will Omega look for? Is third time going to be the charm? Well, he missed that. Omega. Uh-oh, we're going to the corner. This could be, oh dear. We're going up to that top rope again. This could be a huge payoff for Omega, or a huge problem. Looks like it's going to be a huge problem. Good counter by Punk. Elbow drop, drilling him on the top of the head. And Punk now going to go to the top rope again. Will this one pay off? He's in position. Arms up in the air. Elbow drop, and Omega moves out of the way. Neither man able to connect from the top. And now Omega primed, in position and ready. Will it be the one-winged angel finally? No, he's going to play it safe. Cross-legged brain buster here by Omega. And he nails it down on Punk. Could that be the win? Will Omega be able to defeat CM Punk? He goes into the cover here. There's one. Wow. Not the case, it seems. Not the case at all. Very early kick out by CM Punk as he tries to keep going in this matchup. Omega has had him at so many corners now. Punk has got to try and just get into a flurry of offense. I truly believe if he wants to stand a chance of winning this matchup. Punk, Dragon Sleeper on Omega. This may even be the first, I think this is the first submission we've seen of this matchup. Look at how Omega's able to get out of it there. Good counters there. Double knees in the face as Omega tries to leave CM Punk in the dust. Tries to leave it behind him and focus on creating his own legacy on SmackDown. But Punk just will not die no matter what no matter what Omega tries. What a German suplex that was. And once more, Punk has to find himself going outside to catch a breather. Omega returns to the ring though, and that was smart by Punk. Gave him a breathing room to nail that tilt-a-whirl neck breaker. And now Punk, look at it, he's in position. Where did this come from? I don't know, but Punk's going to look for it. Will Punk strike? Indeed he will. Up on his shoulders. CM Punk now. Go to sleep to Omega. Is this it? 1, 2, and no, Omega kicks at it too. Punk seemingly stunned as well by it. Wow, that was a very worrying moment. Great counter by Omega now. What can he do here? Oh, okay. Wow, there was absolutely no respect shown in that one. Just shoving him down to the ground. And Punk did not take too kindly to that one. That has awoken something with inside CM Punk. And he is now, look at him. Now he's returning the disrespect. Slaps to the face there. But it left a spot open for Omega. And I think it's time. No, it's not going to be time to impersonate AJ Styles. Sit out. Powerbomb. Will he strike it for a third time on CM Punk? He pulls the trigger once more, and the knee trembler does not connect. What an evasion there by Punk, but he could not capitalize on it. Fallaway slam, countered by Punk. Now what'll Punk do? Oh, there's some agility for you, Hurricanrana. Punk reeling slightly from it though. Wouldn't have expected that. But what else can Punk do here? He's got a window to work with. He's got an opening here in this long-winded back and forth matchup. It's a window he has to capitalize on as well, and he's looking to do just that. We saw this against Jay Lethal on SmackDown, and we're going to see it again here tonight. Punk, Pepsi plunge down to Omega. Good God Almighty. How much more will... Oh no, Punk gets countered. Whatever he was looking for is stuffed. Chop in the chest. And Omega now, can he capitalize? No, he can't. It's a wonderful counter there by Punk. And once more to the kicks. Just repeated kicks to try and gain some kind of advantage. This has been an incredible matchup. So much back and forth action. And the Great American Bash has barely begun. Sit out back suplex there by CM Punk, but Omega's at it too. And Punk falls to one knee. You can tell how serious this match has been. You can tell the effect it's going to leave on both these men as they claw and scratch for this victory, as they give it their all to prove who the better man is. Omega now. Oh, this isn't looking good. Oh, what a nasty landing there for Punk. Punk had his high-flying spell, and Omega wants his own. Omega in position now, gonna take flight, and he nails it. Over the top rope to boot. Completely cleared it, and down on Punk. Good God Almighty, the King of the Ring, bringing out whatever he can here tonight to secure that victory. What an outstanding match, but it's Punk who returns him to the ring. I don't know how, and I don't know what's willing him on, but something inside CM Punk just cannot accept a loss. And Punk now, where's he got this from? Anaconda Vice to Kenny Omega. Is it going to be, will it be the victory for CM Punk 2 in a row to put Omega behind him? No, it won't. Omega with a kick gets his way out of it. Absolutely spectacular. This, you know, we saw almost the polar opposite of this between Joe and Aleister Black at Heatwave, but this is a true wrestling match, and what a German suplex. Guys, there's still like 3/4 of a pay-per-view to go after this. Do you mind stealing the card so soon? Omega there with a great moonsault. How will he capitalize? Rock bottom once more. Such a lack of respect by Omega. You have to commend him for having the balls to pull that off as well. Surprised these two men have not bled thus far in this matchup, to be fair. Omega with another stiff kick in the head. And there's a Luthez press. And it had to come. There it is. Austin is Austin? That just came to my mind just because of the Luther's press. Punk is bleeding. And Omega now focusing on the head of Punk. Knee trembler. Punk had no way to counter that one. And this may be all she... No. No way did I just watch CM Punk with blood now dripping down his face. Kick out of that at 0. Omega. Can he seal the deal? He's going to do it. I think he may be able to do it. Omega's waited all match to hit this. 3rd time's the charm. One wing danger to Punk. And Omega, with no assistance, no backing, just beats CM Punk. Wow. What a match. What a spectacle we just witnessed between 2 incredible wrestling talents. That was a wrestling match. That was a match where neither man liked the other. But my God, did they make one hell of a matchup out of it. Omega does it. Omega truly may have certified that he is the hottest prospect. And I would be entwined to agree with him. What Omega just did here was absolutely incredible. What a performance by both men. What a match. And we have still got a long way to go on this one. But that is the bar set. And I think if Zayn and Fish want to try and top it, they can try all they want. Nakamura and Brock, though, we may see a better match than this one. I don't want to shit on this match because this match was amazing. And Kenny Omega, if he's not going to Money in the Bank, he certainly has just put himself in that #1 contendership spot for one of those titles. We'll see which one it's going to be, but I can guarantee you it's not going to be the match just up next, and that, of course, is the Women's Championship. So let's get to it. It's Bayley looking to win the title away from Winter. I don't mean to shit on this matchup. I don't mean to try and disrespect the hard-working women of the SmackDown roster, but truly, they have got a tough job to follow such an amazing match. Maybe the SmackDown committee shouldn't have put that match on so soon as they did. But, just wow is all I can say. Thank you for putting that match on, and thank you to Kenny Omega and CM Punk, who, despite their hatred for one another, put on one of the best wrestling matches I think I've seen in some time. And I mean it when I say that. That match was spectacular. Big thumbs up to both men for that one. That is how you do a wrestling match, despite having pure hatred for one another. Well, we're probably not going to get that much of that in this match between Bayley and Winter. These two women becoming much more, personal with one another over the last few weeks, like I said. This past SmackDown, Winter laid out Bayley at the end of the matchup, but if it's anything to go by laying out their opponents, then Winter could technically walk out with the Women's Championship in this match, because Omega laid out Punk on the SmackDown prior to this one, and he just walked out with the win. Winter may be able to do the same. She's got a new attire going for her right now. SmackDown Women's Champion heads towards the ring. Bayley became #1 contender a few weeks back by pinning Nia Jax, and she tried to prove that she is not going to be susceptible. She's not going to be weak to Winter, and Winter is not going to let Bayley try and steal her spotlight, dumping the title down on the ramp there and just going straight to work. This is a very odd attire for Winter. She usually never wears something like this. She's actually revealing leg and a bit of bum, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about these two women squaring off right now in this matchup. Bayley, who has tried so hard since showing up in this universe to win a Women's Championship. She has the chance to do so here tonight. But look at how Winter is just trying to make that dream so difficult even off the start. Those hard, striking forearms straight into the face of Bayley. Well, she missed that flying forearm, but she nailed it on the return. And look at how she just mocks her. And she can get away with it. That's the problem with Winter. She can mock you, but she can get away with it because she has been so unstoppable. Both before the women, were released so long ago and after. Winter has been damn near unstoppable. As a matter of fact, I think I said this on SmackDown. I don't think Winter's lost since she returned to this universe. And that's what makes that inevitable loss all the more shocking when it does happen. Winter now off to a strong start on Bayley, but Bayley, they're quick to fight back now, fighting out of the electric chair. Winter stumbling as a result of it, and here is a simple slam by Bayley. Taking a run up here, and oh! What an elbow drop that was. Great height on that one, and a bit of a twist as well. She's got to find a way to, you know, just burn Winter, really. She's got to try and find a way to just take it to Winter in such a way that Winter will be unable to fight back. Bayley has got an incredible fight within her. We saw it really against Nia on SmackDown, DDTing her on that bit of on the apron. She could do it here tonight, and they could win the Women's Championship for all we know. She's going to try it right now, and Winter not best impressed by that. Back to the strikes now goes Bayley. Elbows into the head. I mean, the head is a strong place to start, you know, to strike, but it's not like Winter's finisher. She needs to use her head, and it's not like the Bayley to Bayley really uses too much of the head either. So perhaps Bayley just trying to gain a psychological advantage more than anything, or try and knock a few brain cells in Winter loose. Winter right now, though. Oh, she's seeming simply fine about it all. Forearm shot in the face there, and now Winter with that leg and that capture suplex, throwing her over her head as if she was nothing. Now Winter can become the dominant women's champion we have known her to be for so long. Oh, good counter though by Bayley. Chucks her into the corner here. And Bayley now in the corner. Exploder suplex maybe. It is! Winter crumbles up in the turnbuckle. And this could be an opening for Bayley. No, Winter denies any kind of an opening. Sends her into the turnbuckle and props her up on that top turnbuckle to boot. Look at how Winter's just able to slow down offense just as soon as it seems that Bayley is about to explode with it. That is the markings of a champion. Superplex there. And once again a harsh landing for Bayley's back. These two women have squared off before, with Winter picking up the win. And she almost did it right there. Following that superplex again. Grabbing the arm here. This is smart by Winter. Well, she doesn't need to go to work on the arm for the finisher. You know, taking out one of the arms. It's going to be so much more difficult to get that Bayley to Bayley to work. But the fight in Bayley, just too great to let slide. And Bayley out of it. Winter stumbles back to a corner there, but so quick to act as well. Neither woman here can... Well, Bayley certainly can't gain the advantage over Winter, and Winter's able to restrict Bayley at an awful lot of corners. Bayley off of that second rope now. European uppercut. Down goes Winter, and Bayley taking a moment to have a moment with her huggers. She talked about it on SmackDown some time ago about how she was doing this for the huggers, about how, you know, the Hugger Nation was going to bring her on to victory and remove someone like Winter from power on SmackDown. And we saw this on SmackDown, speaking of it. Bayley props herself up in position. Baseball slide under the bottom turnbuckle. And it certainly seems, for such reach that she needs to acquire to hit it, that she has one hell of an impact in it when she prepares it. Winter going flying backwards there off of that one. Now into the ring, it's Winter. Winter sending him back into the ring. The power this woman possesses is just too great to put into words. Winter laid out Bayley there, and now in position. Winter's wrath for Bayley. Oh, this is going to be devastating. Victory was nearly in her clutches about 30 seconds ago, and Winter just trying snatching it away from her. Cover now from the women's champion. There's 2. There's 3. You cannot make one mistake around this woman. Winter remains your women's champion once more and continues on her reign now to 3 months with that championship. The SmackDown Women's Champion once more. Bayley seemed so close and seemed just inches away And that just kind of sucks, in a way. Just like with Sasha at Judgment Day. Just so close. Fingertip away, inches away from grabbing it, and Winter just turns it up a notch. A notch that no woman, not even Becky Lynch, not Paige. Paige, actually, I'm not too sure. But, you know, not even Becky Lynch can capitalize on. Just, they cannot hang right now with Winter. And I really don't know who in the women's division can. Nia Jax hasn't been able to hang with it. Who can knock off Winter? I don't know. We may need to wait for someone. And that someone may be a long time coming, maybe. For all we know. But right now, Winter remains your dominant women's champion. And we move on to our next contest. Title has not changed hands thus far tonight, but it could do so right now. As it's going to be a tag team matchup. The Dangerous Alliance with an advantage, not in their brawling, in their weight as well, and they take on a Revival who is far from 100%. Let's see what happens. That match is up next. So this is going to be a fun match. Two teams that really do not like one another. Plainly and simply do not like one another. And it is safe to see in the way that they have been acting these last few weeks. The Dangerous Alliance became #1 contenders for those tag team titles by walking over the former dominant ECW Tag Team Champions as well in the Ascension as if they were nothing. Following, of course, them losing their tag team titles at Judgment Day in a historic tag team turmoil matchup. They were pinned by the Revival, so they lost their tag team titles there, and then the Revival went on to defeat the Ascension as well at the same time to claim those tag team titles firmly as their own. But the Dangerous Alliance, and certainly Paul Heyman, has not taken too kindly to this. It seems as if Heyman has been directing traffic for what the Dangerous Alliance should do, and that became ever so apparent over a week ago on SmackDown, when Roman Reigns was going one-on-one with Scott Dawson after delivering 3 spears to Dawson as well, just to add insult to injury. 3 spears. Reigns and then Henry took the opportunity to the Revival and started blasting into them with steel chairs. The back and the ribs of Dawson and Wilder seriously put in jeopardy. This tag team title match itself was put in jeopardy at one point. The Revival said they wanted to fight on, despite neither team being one that you should really, that really has reasons to cheer for it and will it on to victory. In this moment, you kind of find yourself siding with the Revival. It's this whole desperation tactic, really, and this whole anything to win has become certainly a staple point to the Dangerous Alliance as of late. We're seeing it more and more with Fish. We saw it heavily with Fish on this last episode of SmackDown, and we're seeing it with Henry and Reigns in the way they took out Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson on that SmackDown. But the thing was, the Dangerous Alliance could not build on that momentum. Mark Henry wasn't in Germany for this episode of SmackDown, and on top of that, Roman Reigns was put in the tag team main event where he watched his tag team partner, and he watched the WWE Champion Bobby Fish be pinned by Sami Zayn. So they haven't been able to capitalize on the momentum, but they still have the strength benefit. They still have the dominance almost benefit, the muscle mass benefit. The Revival truly got to rely on what brought them to the dance to walk out with those tag team titles for this one. Can they pull it off? You can see the angst in Reigns there, telling them to get into the ring. Good to see these two men again after what happened on SmackDown. And you know what? I am going to side with the Revival on this one. I feel as if you just kind of have to. Despite the fact that the favorites really are the Dangerous Alliance in every way, shape and form. They've taken every aspect really to try and make sure the Revival wouldn't make it a Judgment Day. But that has not panned out. That has not proven successful. And that has not gone the way they wanted it to. And look at who's gone to make the jump here. Roman Reigns gonna meet them head on and goes right for Scott Dawson. Bad mistake there. There's Dash Wilder getting involved. German suplex. And Wilder not best pleased at all by this. The tag team titles in the ring right now, and it's going to be Dawson who wants to start things off with Reigns. Get revenge for the 3 spears he delivered, for the chair shots that got delivered on him on that episode of SmackDown. The tag team champions with a bit of a failed jump on them, and they soak in this moment. Referee may want to try and get those tag team titles out of the ring. They can be used as a weapon, to be fair. You know, they are made out of gold, and Roman Reigns is going to try and use that to his advantage here. Great counter by Dawson. And, oh, Luther's press down on the belt. And there's a few punches to pay homage to a Texas native, of course, in Stone Cold Steve Austin. Dawson now tag made into Wilder. Here we go. This is top guy business. This is going after the legs of Roman Reigns. What really brought them success in the 2 times they faced off and defeated the Dangerous Alliance as well. I believe that if the Dangerous Alliance can't win here, there is no rematch. There is no another chance. This is it. They've lost twice now to the Revival. Once in a non-title confrontation. The other when the titles were on the line. Of course, at Judgment Day. They just cannot afford to throw this matchup away. And the Revival have got off to a very strong start right now. Credit where credit's due. They are taking it to Reigns. Reigns doing his very best to fight back here. Into the corner now. He sends Dash Wilder. Tag made. Mark Henry in. The former WWE champion. The world's strongest man. And this is already not looking like a good start for Dash Wilder. Up in the air and powerbombed. Mark Henry now with a tag team title in hand, looking to become 2-time tag team champs, but right now just looking to take them out of the ring. Looking to just try and make sure there's no illegal advantage, really, perhaps. Looking out for himself, because while Henry, I couldn't imagine using it, Dash Wilder may choose to. So that may be the mindset. Of course, champion's advantage, get yourself disqualified and live to fight another day. I think after what's gone on here, you know, over these last few weeks, I don't think the Revival are going to be looking to just, you know, take the disqualification and run away with their tail between their legs. They want to finish off the Dangerous Alliance here. But Henry is doing his very best to stop it. Oh, what a running splash. That is 440 pounds just running right at you. Like a brick wall. And Dash Wilder is doing his very best right now to carry on. Very nice double knee facebuster there by Wilder. Can he capitalize here? He's going to go for the cover. I don't blame him for not trying to hook the leg. It would take too much effort, but Henry, that hard skull of his and the fact that he hasn't taken enough damage in this matchup can only result in the 1 count. Dawson now tagged in. And he's going to go right into a cover as well. Trying to get something on Henry here, and the... Yep. Top guy business from the ref. There's another cover now. And once more, it only guarantees him a 1 count. Could have been 2, to be fair. Maybe. If you know the referee didn't take 7 eternities to decide to actually make that cover. Look at Reigns there getting in the way. Desperately missing that double axe handle, though you made a bit of a fool out of yourself there, Roman Reigns. A nice punch in the ribs there, and Henry going right for the weak spot. The ribs that they worked on in that beatdown just over a week ago. And that is another way to work on them as well. Double backdrop, especially going up to, what, about 7 foot in the air off of it as well. The game plan thought out here by Paul Heyman and looking to execute to here. Reigns, can he become 3-time tag team champion? No, he can't. Dangerous Alliance in their own rights. These 2 men have won the tag team titles once together, but of course Roman Reigns held the tag team titles with Seth Rollins for 355 days in this universe. An iconic reign, the longest reign in this universe that could actually be brought to an end here tonight, should Bobby Fish be able to outlast CM Punk. A match up next, of course. Bobby Fish, I can only imagine, warming up backstage, going through last minute preparation with Heyman as he gets set to try and make history before Money in the Bank. Roman Reigns now, though, in the corner, pummeling away in his own corner as well on Scott Dawson. The confidence being echoed here by the Dangerous Alliance. Just soaking it in. Good counter there, though, by Dawson. Finally able to do something. And oh my goodness. Lucha Libre counter by Mark Henry. Lucha. Good lucha. Good lucha stuff. Oh, to the leg once more. Great mindset there by Scott Dawson. The legs of Reigns, where he gets so much of his advantage from, and now they're trying to keep him pinned down. Come on. You're top guys. You shouldn't be doing stuff like this. Why are you going up to the second rope? You've got Roman Reigns at his weakest stage he's been at all match right now, and you decide, oh, let's go to the ropes. I can pull that off. Oh. And that's what you get. To be fair, you kind of deserved that one. That was a bit of a stupid move. Reigns, Superman punch, drills Dawson, and has it just guaranteed them another tag team title reign? No, it hasn't. Scott Dawson kicks out there. Very well done. Top guy hanging in there. Back into the corner, though. Another tag on its way. In comes Mark Henry, and this is about 700 pounds. Working together to drop Scott Dawson down onto the mat. It was almost 1,000 pounds going into the ring then. Surprised it could withstand it. Dawson counters, sends him into his own corner. Come on, this is your opportunity, Dawson. Slits the throat. Why are you going after Reigns, you numpty? But he counters again. Back in the corner goes Henry. This time he's got it. They've done it on him before. They're going to do it again. Scott Dawson. Shatter Machine! The Shatter Machine to Mark Henry. Get out the... No, don't get out the ring. Stay there. There's the cover. There's the count. Oh, Henry kicks out. It was such an exciting moment then. It seemed like that could have been it, but Henry just too hard-boiled, to be fair. Gone through too many battles in the past. And now the referee trying to restore control in this matchup, trying to get the illegal men out of it. What a counter there, though, by Dash Wilder. Drop toe hold to the huge Mark Henry. DDT as well. Using his speed certainly to his advantage now, and got to go after those legs. Pivotal, really, to go after those legs. This is great work by Wilder. Right on the knee. It certainly doesn't take away the ability for him to stand. It's going to make it a hell of a lot more difficult to try and do anything with his legs. Look at the strength now of Wilder. One-man backbreaker. They're not going to do it again. They can't. I genuinely think one should have taken it all out of them. That should be it. And Henry's making sure that a second one isn't going to be hit. But what a counter there by Dash Wilder. Elbow in the turnbuckle. They're going to do it again. They are madmen. Roles have been reversed. Dash Wilder now in the air. Shatter Machine! Will this be the one that guarantees it? Come on, ref, there's a cover. Will this guarantee them the tag team titles? There's two. The Revival does it! The top guys are victorious. Yes! They did it! They actually did it! This is perhaps one of the few times where I will cheer the Revival for achieving an outcome like this. Why is there a tag team title on the floor out there? I'll never know, because they're in their arms right now. But well done, Dash and Dawson. Congratulations are in order to the Revival. You did it. You proved all the naysayers wrong. You showed your resilience, and you showed that you are indeed top guys. The Revival remain your WWE Tag Team Champions. And Roman Reigns and Mark Henry are going to have to walk backstage to a potentially irate Paul Heyman with their tail between their legs and no gold to present. Will that be the case, though, at the end of this night? Coming up next, will that man on your right make history? Will that man right there, Bobby Fish, be destined to have his name written in the legends of this universe? 300 plus days as WWE Champion, and he looks to come closer and closer to 365. Here tonight, Sami Zayn looks to reclaim the title he never lost and end perhaps the most iconic and perhaps the most controversial reign in the history of this universe. Up next, Sami Zayn against Bobby Fish for the WWE Championship. With not a title changing hands thus far, can this matchup prove the difference? Can this matchup change that entire course? And could we see, for the first time in nearly a whole year, a new WWE Champion? It would be outstanding if we could. It would be a monumental moment, I think, in just the history of SmackDown. If the man who never truly lost his WWE Championship, who never legitimately lost that opportunity to you know, be WWE Champion, had to have it forced away from him, had to have it vacated away from him due to an injury, how sweet would it be if that man reclaimed the WWE Championship? Just imagine the moment, just imagine the scenes here in Dallas if Sami Zayn became a two-time WWE Champion here tonight. And to be fair, he can do it. I honestly think Sami has it. He just has that something special about him. That never say die attitude, that refusal to quit that Sami Zayn possesses and that everyone loves. That is what could be the difference maker here tonight. That is what could cause history not being made. But of course, he has got to go through this man to try and achieve it. The almost unstoppable WWE Champion that he has been for so long now. This man is 3 weeks, well, not even that anymore because we're so far out of sync, about 2.5 weeks away from making history and from becoming WWE Champion. Just think about that. That is just almost like a year as WWE Champion is just at a time it would be unthinkable, but for Bobby Fish it has just become natural now. And that is what has made it so weird, how natural it has become for Fish. How every month or so, Fish has to defend this WWE Championship. How someone like Sami Zayn will stand across the ring from him, will be introduced as the challenger. We will question whether or not that challenger can pull off that, can pull off the victory. And time again, Fish has flattened the opponent. Look at some of the challenges in the past. Kevin Owens, dealt with. Randy Orton, dealt with. Kyle O'Reilly, dealt with on numerous occasions. Jake the Snake Roberts, dealt with. Pentagon Jr., dealt with. John Cena, dealt with. Shinsuke Nakamura, dealt with. Bobby Fish is just a near unstoppable WWE Champion, but he has not fought Sami Zayn for that championship since he won it. Is this the night where Zayn reclaims it? I don't know. Zayn's quest to become number one contender has been a long one, to be fair, and a bit of a convoluted one. Won a 6-man battle royal to earn this right. And then after earning that 6-man battle royal, after winning that and earning the right, he had to hang on for another 2 weeks to find out if he was number one contender or not, because Finn Balor defeated Bobby Fish in one-on-one action. This meant that Zayn and Balor would have to square off, and I like what Fish is doing right now. Just trying to get off to a slow start. Just trying to pace himself out for this matchup right now. And just try and get into the head of Zayn. Get the crowd against him. Which is what Bobby Fish loves the most. But Zayn is getting a little bit impatient by it, as we can see. Here we go now. Calling an elbow tie-up. But I was about to say, Zayn then had to defeat Balor in one-on-one action, which prompted Fish to come out with a post-match attack on both men. Flattening them down. Defeated Balor then the week after. While Zayn defeated... I think Zayn was in a tag match on that night. But it has certainly been a long road to get this opportunity, and of course it almost didn't happen as we saw on SmackDown when Bobby Fish took Shinsuke Nakamura out of the equation before the tag team matchup. Thankfully Nakamura would end up making a return by the end of the night, and Zayn would pin Fish, which may be a huge difference maker as to why Bobby Fish may lose the title here tonight. But It is because of actions such as that. It is because of the way Bobby Fish has become more and more just completely outlandish and almost unable to reason with. Even Paul Heyman struggles to reason with him on on a majority of occasions now at this point. Bobby Fish has purely snapped in his quest to achieve history. That he has demoted himself from another pay-per-view main event. And instead, Bobby Fish, the WWE Champion, might I add, is not the last match of the night. And that is a result of his own doing, more so than anything. And I said it on SmackDown, I will commend actions when they're done by Rollins and the Bullet Club similar to what Fish did, because they're in good faith. They're doing it for the greater good. There was nothing for the greater good that Bobby Fish did. He did it to protect himself and no one else. With that being said, there are going to be no distractions here tonight, no interferences to be played. The Dangerous Alliance have already lost their matchup earlier tonight, and Heyman is going to be berating them backstage right now. Fish is all alone, as he has been, to be fair, for the nearly 12 months he has now held this championship when it comes to a title matchup. Yes, he has defended sometimes under controversial circumstances, but it does not get away from the fact that Bobby Fish has been able to do what everyone else on their own has not been able to do. And that is hold a WWE Championship, hold a championship even, for nearly a year. The greatest technical wrestler that has ever lived. I say it and I mean it when it comes to Bobby Fish, but right now we focus back on this matchup. That is what we're laying eyes on right now. Cradle shock by Sami Zayn there. Complete disregard for Chris Sabin, but what does it matter to Zayn? He's got a chance here to become two-time WWE Champion. He's going to do whatever it takes to achieve it. Cover there after that missed moonsault now by Fish. Just wanted to get this matchup over and done with. As I said earlier in the night, should Fish win this one, when Money in the Bank comes around, if we ever upload it on time, which would be a miracle, he will be at 363 days. If we delay it long enough, he'll be at 365 potentially. But that is the idea. That is the ideology. The fact that history could be made here tonight, in that Bobby Fish could become the longest reigning WWE, the longest reigning champion of all time in this universe. And there is no one to stop him. There is no one who can cash in on him. The only way this could be screwed over is if the SmackDown committee try and find a way. And even then, I can imagine there's loopholes that Paul Heyman's lawyers can dig into and help themselves out with. Blue Thunder Bomb. Great dodge there by Fish now as we focus back on this matchup. Going to focus purely on this match now. No what ifs, no talking about the characters, just these two men who are competing for the right to become the face of SmackDown. Fish there, had a nice camel clutch in, dug the knee in the back, trying to capitalize following that Blue Thunder Bomb. Zayn now, though, looking to try and get his own move going there. Held one arm up there. Half-hatch suplex, and now Zayn is feeling it. Zayn is feeling some kind of comeback here, but Fish able to stop him. Zayn, though, able to stop Fish back in his tracks, and now here we go. Irish whip by Zayn. Drop kicks on their way for the WWE Champion. Ducks under. Zayn, great neck breaker. Very solidly hit there, and now can Sami Zayn capitalize? We're about to find out. Oh! Big kick in the back there by Zayn. What more can Sami Zayn do now? He's going to take Fish into the corner. He's not going to look for the Blue Thunder Bomb, but I think he's going to look for the Exploder. And that is exactly what Sami Zayn's going to do. Exploder suplex in the corner. Fish could be in trouble. Fish could be in a great deal of trouble, but Zayn turns his back. Or perhaps one of the slimiest men out there today. You do not turn your back on Bobby Fish, Zayn. Come on, I thought you knew more than that. But Zayn sticks the landing. And into a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker as well. Incredible work by Zayn. And now he's going to look for the Koji clutch. Now he's going to look for that submission move that has won him so many matches in the past. Can it win him the WWE Championship for a second occasion? Zayn with it locked in. Will Fish be forced to submit? With nowhere to go, Fish is in a great deal of trouble. But Fish just will not. He's too stubborn to give in. Sami Zayn bats away that hand though. And looks to follow it up with a suplex here though. There's a good counter by Fish to get out of it. Trying to create some breathing room there, as we saw with that strike. Look at how quick Zayn is. That stamina of Zayn right now. Even outdoing the one of Bobby Fish's, who just, you know, in May endured a half-an-hour Iron Man match against Shinsuke Nakamura and walked out the winner of it as well. And it says a whole lot. Zayn up on that second rope now, transitions to the top, but Fish read it once earlier in the matchup and he reads it again here. And now can he capitalize? Sami Zayn up, brainbuster onto the knee. We know what's next. We know what is next. Is this the move to make history? Bobby Fish pumping in excitement for it. Fish hook is dodged. Yes! Sami Zayn gets out of the way. This is his moment. This is Sami's moment. Sami Zayn now turns him round, but he's not looking for the haluva kick. He's looking to do more damage to the man who played a key role in writing him out for 6 months. Sami Zayn, tornado DDT on the outside. Come on, Zayn. I said you can do it. Now prove me right. Sami Zayn is just in total control on the outside right now, and this is absolutely incredible to witness. But there's a counter by Fish. Somehow Fish has been able to fight back despite everything that's been thrown at him. But Zayn sends him back in the ring. Come on, Zayn. Keep the fight on him. Keep the pressure going. Fish counters Zayn. And oh no, it's the rolling knee bar. It's the roll. He's rolled into it. Bobby Fish has Zayn in a position that he made Finn Balor tap out to not that long ago. Can the same be forced to Sami Zayn here tonight? Even if he doesn't, he takes so much out of the haluva kick that it really becomes a risky business to attempt that maneuver. Can Fish get it? He can't. Zayn fights out of it. But he's slow to recover. And that gives the WWE Champion plenty of time to plan out what he wanted. But Sami forces the reversal. Michinoku driver and Fish is bleeding. But look at how quick he is to fight back. He's been in this position so many times. Busted up, back up against the wall. It doesn't bother Bobby Fish for somehow. It just doesn't. Zayn in trouble. Caught with a beautiful tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Fish now. Collision. Alright, that's not what he probably had in mind. Certainly misjudged that. Zayn now has him in place. Dumps him on his face there. I think we're about to see a cover maybe. Yes, we are. Zayn turns him over. Hooks the leg for the title. There's one, and that's it. Still early days. Bobby Fish, though, is taking a great ordeal of punishment. Ooh, Sami Zayn going to be risky here. Going to look to fly, and Fish knew it. Fish's reading of the game is expert. He knows a counter before you even know what move you're going for. And there's the Fish hook. It's going to happen, isn't it? It's going to happen with 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, with a move as simply done as that, we are now on the road to history. Bobby Fish is destined to become the longest reigning champion in the history of this universe. The next time Bobby Fish defends that WWE Championship, should we be on sync, he'll be on 363 days. If Fish can get past that at Money in the Bank, whoever his challenger may be, despite all the controversy he causes, there is no doubt in my mind that Bobby Fish would go down in history as the greatest technical wrestler of all time, and could even go down in history as the greatest champion of all time. You are not a champion for a year by luck. Plain and simple. That is just not how this goes. Well, that being said, Sami Zayn joins the list of so many other contenders who fell short right at the end. And Bobby Fish with that fish hook. Sleeping with the fishes before you know it. And that is the look of a man who is about to make history And I can only imagine how Paul Heyman is reacting backstage. It was a quick match, to be fair, but it was an entertaining one. But now we're going to move on. As we prepare for the main event, before that, we are going to get a little bit of a tune-up match. Cool-down match, even, from the great series of matches we've had in a row right now. Jay Lethal versus Rusev. I'm still... I gotta be honest, I'm still slightly stunned. I didn't think it would be done. I actually did not think that it could be done. But he's proven us wrong. Bobby Fish has proven us wrong. And he is on his way. He's on his date with destiny to make history. And while I may not respect some of the things Bobby Fish does, while I may not commend some of the stuff he does either, I must say to him, congratulations. That's one of the... It doesn't matter if you hate Fish, you disrespect him. It doesn't matter, whatever it is. This is a once-in-a-lifetime moment, I think. And I mean it when I say that. I'm not even sure if Seth Rollins could pull off something like this. And if you're a fan of this universe, you know how my true... where my loyalty lies with Seth Rollins, shall we say. Bobby Fish is... He is, in his own right, one of a kind. And whether we like him or we don't, we just have to accept the fact that he is on his way to have a date with destiny. And in just a few short days from now, not even that long left, he is about to become the longest reigning champion of all time. Someone we got to live with, someone we got to get ready for, but right now, as I imagine Paul Heyman and Bobby Fish are celebrating rapidly backstage, and Roman Reigns and Mark Henry are being forced to sit in the corner and watch how an actual champion is. We go back to this, we go back to the ring, we go back to an in-ring action that we have. Jay Lethal going one-on-one against Rusev here, and I have been told, very impromptu, very off the cusp really, this is a Money in the Bank qualifier match. That is right. As Rusev comes out here with his wife Lana, this has been confirmed to be a Money in the Bank ladder match. The winner of this will get SmackDown's first spot in the Money in the Bank match, joining Samoa Joe on ECW. And truth be told, we don't know who on Raw yet. No one has been unveiled, but with Rusev and Joe, potentially, should Rusev win this one, of course, Jay Lethal or Joe, SmackDown could have an interesting field there. Rusev, to my knowledge, has not been in a ladder match, which would make him more interesting. Jay Lethal has been in a ladder match, so he would have a bit of expertise in that, right? But he's got to get through Rusev first, but the same has to be said for Rusev, who's kind of struggled for quite a while to get somewhere going on this roster. Get something going on this roster, I should say. And Jay Lethal, even if his record doesn't speak for itself since arriving to SmackDown, he is a very tough opponent. Former United States champion, second longest reigning United States champion of all time, I believe. Perhaps outdone by Tyler Breeze, not 100% sure on that one. Former cruiserweight champion. So he certainly knows what he's doing as he gets very close to Rusev's wife there. Be very glad he is not looking even. And she pays no attention to American scum like Rusev, like Jay Lethal is. Rusev, can he get a victory here? We've seen him twice on SmackDown, and on those two occasions they have been losses. Can he just flip that around here tonight and turn it into a win? Can he make it a win? We'll find out. These two men, I believe, met in a triple threat match involving John Cena, where Jay Lethal pinned Cena. Now here tonight... No, it's Jay Lethal pinned Rusev, sorry. This is actually a return bout, in a way. But here tonight, these two men looking to become SmackDown's first participant in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Let's see what will happen. Jay Lethal off to a quick start here. Rusev down on the mat. Lana looking as ravishing as ever here tonight. Jay Lethal going to take flight here. And took too long. Took way too long. And the Bulgarian Brute allowed to recover. But he's not allowed to get anything going. As seen by that there. Good strength by Jay Lethal demonstrated, but it's quickly stopped and countered by Rusev. He's going to have to go to work on the head. Going to have to go to work on the neck as well in order to try and become victorious in this matchup. To lock in that accolade. Do some damage on the back. And oh, there's a bit of the lethal combination already. Very quick strike there by Jay Lethal as well to hit it. But oh, well, it may not have been quick by Rusev, but it certainly did its intended task. And it did it again there. Jay Lethal's head just being almost rammed. Just like a brick wall, really. I've used that analogy already in the night, but it's kind of the truth. That is Rusev. It's like a truck, really, colliding into you. Rusev now, overhead belly to belly. More damage to the back there, as he looks to try and soften up Jay Lethal for that accolade. Jay Lethal, though, got to try and use his speed to his advantage in this one. And that has not panned out the way he wanted to there. Rusev with a strong counter. And this one is going to look like a nasty landing. Fall-away slam. Indeed it is. You can see Jay Lethal clutch onto his back as well as he feels the pain of it. Rusev. Oh, there's that jumping sidekick. He's not going to look for it already, is he? He is. Stomp in the back. Jay Lethal pops into position, and it's the accolade. It's the accolade by Rusev. And Lethal is already in big, big trouble. Will Lethal be forced to tap out here, or can he hang on? That is a great way to escape the accolade. Good job by Lethal there, using his speed. Oh my good God. Using his speed to find a quick moment and to get out of it. And oh, but it almost meant nothing. That was the follow-up he got. Lethal's persistent though. Give him that as much. He's going to try another DDT. You'd think after it didn't work the first time, you'd abandon it and try something else. But not on the mindset of Jay Lethal. Rusev now. Oh, great counter to that back suplex, but oh, here goes Lethal, looking for something. Dodged even by Rusev, and oh, that was like a fright train running into you. And Rusev continues to look here to go for another fall-away slam this time, and again he nails it, down on the hip as well specifically. As Lana cheers on her husband in the ring. Rusev looking to try and get that opportunity to go to Money in the Bank. To join Samoa Joe, but now, finally, for Jay Lethal's sake, he's fighting back again. And Lethal going to go up high here, or not. Or just going to stand there. He's gonna shout some words at him. Oh my God, you see that roll by Rusev? That was amazing. Roll up here, but Rusev's kind of a large frame, able to get him in the ropes. What a harsh kick there by Jay Lethal, right in the ribs. It's going to leave its mark on you. Jay Lethal, he's going to, speaking of the ropes, he's going to go to them. Maybe. Potentially. Apparently not. Lethal, countered by Rusev, who uses the opportunity to grab a neck breaker. And then a headbutt into the chest. Just showing how strong Rusev truly is there. He's able to just bat off colliding with someone's pecs like that. Jay Lethal now. Front face lock. This time he's going to go to the ropes. Will it be the lethal injection? That's not the lethal injection. That's Jay Lethal throwing Rusev outside of the ring. I think I know what's on its way. Seen it quite a few times in the night thus far, and it looks like we're going to see it again. Here goes Lethal. Gonna take flight. Gonna fly. And he nails it. Suicide dive on Rusev. Look at the weight Lethal used there to push back someone of Rusev's strength. Look how far back he goes into that barricade. Jay Lethal's knees there taking some huge impact though. Can he continue on here? Yes, it seems so. I think Lana tried distracting the referee in some perspective there, or in some way or another. Lethal going to go up high here. Realizes that suicide dive is not going to be enough considering Rusev's been commanding a lot of this matchup. Lethal now. Calling Rusev up to his feet. He's going to look to fly and oh! Double diving fist drop. Rusev's right up to his feet. And right into an Alabama slam for Jay Lethal. Nasty bump on his head there he took. Dragging him into the middle of the ring. Rusev primed and ready to go again. Jay Lethal unable to fight back and locked in the accolade once more. Got out of it once. Can he get out of it a second time? Sitting down on the back with nowhere to go. The weight advantage of Rusev. And it forces a submission. Rusev is going to Money in the Bank. Jay Lethal continues to tap out, and Rusev refused to release the hold there. But there we go. Congratulations to Rusev. His first win on the SmackDown roster, and he is now going to Money in the Bank. What a pay-per-view to pick up that win as well on the Great American Bash. Victory for Rusev, and look at how pleased Lana is on the outside. Oh, hang on. I think Lana gestured something at Rusev, and he's not done. He's not done with Jay Lethal by any means. Rusev, oh, come on, Rusev. There is genuinely no need for this. You proved your point. Okay, Lana, don't. Lana cheering him on meanwhile, as Rusev seems to certainly have something in mind here for Jay Lethal. Oh, come on. This man just endured this hard-hitting matchup with you. He just took a hell of a lot of punishment from you as well. And Rusev is not done. Jumping sidekick. He's not going to put him in another one. He's not going to go for... He is. Rusev, not again. Come on, ref. Do something to stop this. Do something to get him out of this. Jay Lethal tapping. Begging to stop this. Begging to be released from this pain. And Rusev... almost a warning to whoever's in Money in the Bank, and to just say, don't overlook him anymore. This now is Rusev's time to make a name for himself. Rusev wants that Money in the Bank contract, and now if he's able to keep this attitude up all the way to Money in the Bank, he could be a favorite. We will find out in due time. But in due time, it is no more for our main event here tonight at the Great American Bash. You wanted it. You got it. The main event for the Intercontinental Championship. Perhaps the most personal feud we've seen for this title in some time. Lesnar, Nakamura, two incredible competitors set to fight once more with the Intercontinental Championship on the line. Both men want to tear each other's heads off. Both men want to be Intercontinental Champion. Only one gets that right, and we are about to find out who it is. It's the main event. I am so excited, and it's up next. It has been a wild night. It has been, in other aspects, a historic-making night. It has also been a great night for wrestling, and man alive, am I ready for this main event. Listen to the Dallas crowd. They can hardly contain themselves. And let's take a listen. Yep. Yeah, they're singing along. They're singing along. And can you blame them for wanting to do that as well? This is an absolutely incredible moment. Who would have ever thought we would have seen the day the Intercontinental Championship main event at a pay-per-view? I don't think it would, but it has happened here tonight with the caliber of superstar we have in this matchup, and all the animosity and personal, well, not really personal, but just the need for that win between these two men. The King versus the Beast. The King of strong style against the Mayor of Suplex City. It is truly one of those matches you just cannot afford to miss out on. And did the SmackDown committee make one hell of a decision. The fan demand was there. The need for this to be... Oh, wow. That is one hell of a Yo chant. Well, not a chant, but just a reaction for Nakamura. Dallas seemingly have a favorite in this main event here tonight. But Nakamura decided he wanted a part of Brock Lesnar when Brock Lesnar was picking fights with the likes of Kota Ibushi, Jay Lethal, those kind of guys. Nakamura couldn't stand for anymore, and he took the punishment on behalf of Brock Lesnar, on behalf of those guys. Took an F5 off the Beast just to make sure he would take their mind off them. A few weeks ago on SmackDown, they opened up the show with an incredible match, which Nakamura ended up winning. He wounded the Beast in the process, and now here tonight, he looks to finish off what so many others have not been able to do. Sami Zayn, Bobby Roode, Kevin Owens, I'm trying to think of another name quickly. Finn Balor. These names have not been able to stop the Beast. These names have not taken that title away from Brock Lesnar. But tonight, Shinsuke Nakamura looks to do that. Looks to do just that. He may have not won in the last 2 pay-per-views he's been featured in, but Nakamura will not let that hold him down. These 2 men are ready to go to battle for that title. And what a historic match this is going to be. What a night this is going to be. Oh, I'm so amped for this one. You know, I was on the way of making the point. Lesnar lost to Nakamura. They named Nakamura the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship, and since then, it's been cat and mouse between the two. I believe Lesnar F5 Nakamura in one match. Then, following a victory by Nakamura over Damien Sandow on the penultimate SmackDown before this pay-per-view, the 2 men engaged in a brawl on top of the stage that even went straight to the back and even out to the parking lot. There was no stopping these 2 men in that moment. They absolutely wanted to tear each other's heads off. Last week they were forced to stay away from one another for their own well-being and good. And while I may have got Nakamura involved with Bobby Fish instead of Brock Lesnar, he stands here tonight ready to fight the Beast and ready to main event this pay-per-view in an attempt to become the Intercontinental Champion. Lesnar, who has held that belt now for over 5 months and has been a dominant champion since he won that belt from Bobby Roode at the Royal Rumble. Now here tonight, will Brock Lesnar hold on to that title? Would it be a clean sweep for the champions? Or will Shinsuke Nakamura walk out with the Intercontinental Championship? I'm ready. I am ready for this one. The King of Strong Style. The Beast. The bell rings and we are underway, and Brock Lesnar doesn't want to play nice from the start, but neither does Nakamura. You're getting into a brawl with these 2 men. It's almost even. Lesnar has the strength, but Nakamura has the power. He has the ways to just cause so much pain on you. He has that. Both these men have their mixed martial arts background, and it is no surprise to me that with all the animosity, with all the pent-up aggression that has built up over the last few weeks, that this match has already gone to the outside. Lesnar with simple strikes to Nakamura, and oh, what a kick, and the Beast is down. The Beast goes down to another kick. Nakamura having his number from the start here. And now trying to go to work on the arm, but Nakamura needs to be aware that he's got an outside to his advantage here. He's got a lot of things to play with, to use to his advantage. But the Beast just threw him away there as if he was nothing. Get him back in the ring. Referee's count already up to 7. And look at Brock. He is ready for this one. Back in we go, and back to a brawl we go. Talked about how Omega and Punk earlier tonight was an incredible wrestling matchup. Do not prepare for a wrestling match with these 2 men. Prepare for a Black and Joe-esque match. Prepare for a brawl is all I can say. Nakamura now. Amazing that he can pull off something like that with someone of the pound-for-pound strength of Brock Lesnar. Here we go. Oh, Nakamura sent flying over the back of Brock Lesnar though. And now he stomps away on the legs of the King of Strong Style. Trying to take away the dreaded Kinshasa. I hope Dallas are ready to count along as well, because we know Suplex City's going to be on its way. And here it is. Here comes the first culprit maybe. There's one. Right off the start. Brock Lesnar sent a message, a warning to Nakamura, if you will, following his victory over Kevin Owens on SmackDown. A post-match attack to try and scare the King of Strong Style. But let's be honest, Nakamura, I don't think is going to be too scared by it. He welcomes this kind of challenge, and he accepts it wholeheartedly. Look at the strength of Nakamura. It's a landslide from the top rope, and he sticks the landing. My goodness. If I was Nakamura, I would have bridged immediately there to try and get a more of a count on Lesnar, try and catch him with an element of surprise. The Beast not getting off to the strongest of starts here. He was great in the brawling aspect, but now this has slowed down a little bit. Nakamura's having his number. Double axe handle there does not connect. Look at how Nakamura there. Now it's turning into a little bit of a fight between these two. Sizing up their reach there for a moment, you saw. Lesnar falls down again. He is crumbling right now to Nakamura. Cover here by the... Nope. Well, that's all he's going to get. King of Strong Style attempting a cover, and he gets nothing more than a no count. And he's going to go to work on the head. He's going to try and soften it up ahead of that Kinshasa. And Brock Lesnar does not take too kindly to that one. Try all you may. It's going to be in vain. And early on, we're going to the well. Early on, Lesnar looking to strike. F5 to Nakamura. In thin air. He caught him out of. Cover you. 1, 2. And oh, Lesnar shaking his head. Even if Nakamura were to kick out of that, Lesnar doesn't want that happening anytime soon. He wants to try and show that he's in control of this matchup right now. But that's Nakamura's response. Drilling him there with a hard set of strikes. I just think every time Nakamura attempts a pin here, it's almost in vain. You're not going to get anywhere with the Beast. You need bulk power. You need move after move after move after move. And he's doing it right now, but he's not doing enough. He's getting these strikes in, but they're just not enough right now to keep the Beast down. The Beast is always up and ready to fight for more. And there's a second one for Nakamura. Good counter by Nakamura. Could have wound up in trouble in the corner there. And now what is the King of Strong Style going to look for here? Irish whip into another corner. I think I know what's going to follow suit. Running knee. Caught. What a kick in the side of the head. The Beast does not fall though. Beast stumbles into that turnbuckle. I assume he was glad he was there, to be fair. This is looking worrying. Lesnar counters. Lesnar's up on top. No, he's not. Okay. I got really worried for a second there. Oh my god. What a lariat by the Beast. Lesnar now in position. There's a third German suplex in this match. The fourth one strikes and the fifth one may be on its way. The speed of Lesnar to execute these is just incredible. 5 suplexes to Nakamura and not a Kinshasa in sight. Nakamura somehow able to fight back and just wanting to wear down, slow down the pace. Because it seems as if when the pace is slower, it goes Nakamura's way. And it may go his way right now. Nakamura, exploder suplex. He nails it on Brock. Could this be the moment? Why are you going for the pin, Nakamura? It's in vain. It's useless. And see right there. The Beast doesn't feel pain like that. Here we go. Here we go. This is it. Nakamura primed and ready to strike. It may not be enough right now, but it could do some huge damage to the Beast. There's a Kinshasa. 1. That's it. That's it. We're in for a long night here. Knee in the gut by Brock Lesnar as he gets back up to his feet. Great counter by Nakamura there. Evaded any kind of danger. Up on his shoulders now. Landslide. Nails it. Finally, Nakamura bringing out the heavy artillery here in this one. But Lesnar still able to counter it. And Lesnar now able to bring it into an almighty ending maybe. F5 number 2 for Nakamura. Don't let it be. Nakamura, please. There's 2. And Nakamura. Referee says 2. I think he got the far shoulder Bayley up there. And Brock just wanted to go right back to striking. And Nakamura just kind of telling him 2 can play at that game. Oh, another counter there by Shinsuke. But another counter by Brock. Brock is looking a little bit heavy, I gotta say. He's looking a little bit hunched over. And he's now kneeling over. Nakamura is leaving one hell of an impact here. Michinoku driver into the cover. Nakamura hoping to try and weigh down the Beast some more. And that's all you're going to get. Again. And now Nakamura feels the pain. This match hasn't been long yet, I would argue. But it has certainly been one of the most hard-hitting matchups in SmackDown history. Nakamura, again, elbows to the Beast. Wounding the head, wounding the Beast. The Beast is cut. The Beast sheds blood. And that may have just awoken the Beast. That may have been a mistake by Shinsuke Nakamura. He may be in big trouble now. Nakamura turned around in the turnbuckle. Lesnar had something in mind, but Nakamura was quick to counter it. Exploder suplex now. Nakamura nails another one to Brock. Brock just kind of... Oh, there we go. That was smart by the Beast. A tactical move there. And now on the outside, these two are going to brawl. Get ready. Something's bound to go wrong out here. Oof. Hard strikes into the gut. Oh, no. Brock, no. No, 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 no. Here we go. Brock Lesnar spear! Through the barricade. This isn't even no DQ. Countouts are in effect, but Brock Lesnar doesn't care. The barricade caves into the weight of these two men. And Lesnar likes it. Nakamura crawling up the steps there to try and hang on. Lesnar gets in the ring one way and gets back out the other. Even Lesnar is a man who doesn't want a match to end in a count out. Nakamura now fighting back on the outside. Somehow. Counter by Lesnar. Counter by Nakamura. Count up on 4 now. And oh, he took Brock's leg out of his leg there, basically. Sending him into the announce table. Oh, what a knee in the face, though, by Brock. Referees count up to 6. 7 now as Brock sends them both back in the ring. It's a good thing this is the last match of the night, so they don't have to worry about repairing that barricade. What more can Lesnar do here, though? Great counter by Nakamura. Kinshasa! Look at the blood spurting from the face of Brock Lesnar now. I never would have thought it. Is 2 enough? 1, 2. We got a new Intercontinental Champion! He did it! The Beast has been slain. Nakamura is the Intercontinental Champion. And let this moment be soaked in. The King of Strong Style has slain the Beast and takes his crown atop his throne. The King of Strong Style, now with some gold to go with his attire. Like I said, do not expect a wrestling match, expect a brawl, and my oh my, did they deliver. That may not have been the 15-20 minute match we wanted, but it was condensed into one hell of a brawl. Nakamura gave it his all. He wounded the Beast, and the Beast fell to 2 iconic Kinshasas that finish off an iconic night of action. The Great American Bash had its good moments. It had its bad moments for sure. But one thing we can take away from it: Shinsuke Nakamura is your new Intercontinental Champion. On a night that will have many talking points to go down in the history books. Kenny Omega's win over CM Punk. Bobby Fish making history and on his way to become the longest reigning champion of all time in this universe. And Nakamura fending off the Beast to become your new Intercontinental Champion. That does it from the Great American Bash. We will see you next time on pay-per-view for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. That made no sense. But where the question will be, who's going to get that one opportunity to make or break their career? We'll find out. Congratulations, Nakamura. You earned that belt. And wow, does SmackDown have a set of champions. That'll end this pay-per-view. That'll end the Great American Bash. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, guys. And ta-ra.